so much, Dr. Lu. Let's have a lady speak now. Now come back to Mr. Jack. Lady Clarita, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jimmy. Hope you're good.
Hey, Jimmy, please, can I go after
Who's that?
after?
Oh, Bankole, yeah, that's true. It's Bankole and Jack. We'll sort it out. Don't worry. After Clarita, one of you guys will go. All right, Lady Clarita, go on.
Okay, thank you. And please pardon me if I go a little over time. I'll try to keep it at maybe 5 minutes. Thank you. Hey, Amir Saddam. Hey, Otumba. Well-meaning Nigerian, Jimmy, and everyone else who's listening. So this topic, oh, Madam Balanle, hi. So the issue of APC Islamization agenda, I mean, it has always been pretty obvious, especially to people who have been paying attention to, political undertones since the GEJ administration. I was a strong GEJ supporter, and I still have a lot of respect for him. And I could even take it further and say that, he's one of the best leaders Nigeria's ever had. And I'll tell you why. So when Yaradua died in 2009, some Northerners were aggrieved due to the fact that power was returning to the South after only 2 years in the North. And, they felt cheated, but they had to follow the Constitution. And so GJ was sworn in. So what happened next? They made a decision to pretty much sabotage and embarrass the GEG administration. And it is interesting to note that Boko Haram actually ramped up their activities in 2009, which is the same year that Yaradua died. In 2011, less than 1 month after Jonathan was sworn in, we saw the first suicide bombing in Nigeria, which happened at the police headquarters in Abuja. And 2 months after that, in August of 2011, we saw another bombing at the United Nations building in Abuja. Um, I think in that one, about 23 people were killed. 4 months later, on Christmas Day in 2011, bombs, were detonated in two churches. One was a Catholic church on the outskirts of Abuja, and the second was a church in Jos. So here's the reason I say Gigi is one of the best leaders Nigeria's ever had. So Boko Haram was fighting the Nigerian state using guerrilla tactics. And if you ask any security experts, they will tell you how difficult, it is to win such a war. And Jonathan's counter-terrorism strategy in fighting Boko Haram, is what you would call containment, right? So the Nigerian security forces were able to contain Boko Haram in just one region in the north. And for a developing country like Nigeria, I would say that, the Jonathan government did a relatively good job in fighting Boko Haram. So Boko Haram weaponized the Islamic religion for political reasons. That's a fact. And the APC leveraged the emotions of Nigerians, they were rightly frustrated with the security situation in the country. So in effect, you would be right to say that APC weaponized religion to come into power. And I mean, most of you probably don't know, but one of my degrees is in security and intelligence studies. And I mingled in that field briefly before I moved into the tech industry. And I have it on good authority that, when APC got into power, a well known Islamic country, to be specific, the UAE, sent intelligence agents to Nigeria to assist with the fight against the Shiites. And I know there are probably government agents listening, but they know that this is a fact. And we had foreign agents from the UAE and probably some other Islamic countries operating on Nigerian soil. And if you all recall, in December of 2015, we saw the mass killings of Shiites in Zaria in Kaduna State, where at least 1,000 people were killed by the Nigerian army. Until today, the Shiite leader, El Zakzaki, is still being illegally imprisoned. And for the sake of those who don't know, Islam has various sects, right? Just like you have different denominations in Christianity. The predominant sect in the Middle East and even in Nigeria is Sunni. And Iran has about 90% Shia. So, and worldwide, the Shia sect only has about, they make up around 10%. So there is this fundamental conflict between the Sunni and the Shia branches that dates back centuries. But I won't go into all of that history right now. But the point is, a country like the UAE has a huge interest in ensuring that the Shia sect does not continue to grow, especially in a heavily populated country like Nigeria. So my question is, if they can go to such lengths, to curb the growth of an Islamic sect, is it far-fetched to conclude that, there is an Islamization agenda that probably has the backing of Islamic countries? I mean, we all felt the palpable fear of Christians, especially in the north, during the election of 2015. And, who knows how many lives would have been lost, if Jonathan did not let go of the presidency. We also saw the systematic cleansing of Christian communities in the Middle Belt, as well as, the silence of the APC government. The APC government also gave a ministerial appointment to someone with a history of making strong statements against Christians. And, this is someone who supported and praised terrorist organizations like Al Qaeda. And we've also seen how APC decided to run on a Muslim ticket. And they even went as far as insulting the Christian faith by hiring fake bishops, to validate it. We've all seen the constant religious gaslighting campaign by the APC against the only Christian presidential candidate, Peter Obi. So I would round up by saying that, we need to continue resisting the demonic APC party and ensure we take back our country from them, so that this country will continue, to run peacefully, or rather would return to a peaceful state, where Christians, Muslims, others will coexist, without issues. I was going to briefly touch on the Dogua issue, but I don't know if I have, another minute or so.
Please touch on it,
Okay,
please.
okay. A few days before the election, I don't know if you guys recall, I actually came on this space and my entire submission that day was on Ado Dogua. I don't know if people remember. And that day, I actually touched on the fact that, this man had threatened voters in Kano. He basically told them, in his own words, in a viral video, if you Google Ado Dogua threatens voters, you would see it. He said, if you don't vote APC, you will be dealt with. This was a few months before the election. And true to his words, he actually followed through on that threat. He went on, and, allegedly participated in the murder of over 15 people in Kano State. So the fact that he's actually out on bail is wrong, because that doesn't even follow, the criminal tenets of Nigeria. And also, even if he were to be tried, that viral video can be used or should be used as evidence against him, for premeditated murder, because he knew what he was going to do and he actually acted on it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to touch on the Ekweremadu issue because, I mean, we all know how, how serious that situation is. I don't even want to give it, my time, to be honest. I'm glad he's in jail, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much, Clarita. Thank you very much. I remember that space a few days to elections when you made that submission. I remember it perfectly, just like yesterday. Thank you very much. Let me bring in Savik right now. Savik, good evening. Sorry, Bankole and Savik, please. Savik, can you just please let's have Bankole, please, in 3 minutes, and I'll come to you, please. Thank you. Bankole, you have the space, please. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, Saddam, Otumba, Antibolani. Hail. Parita, thank you for that very eloquent submission. So I'll touch on only one of the topic, and it's the APC Islamization agenda I'll talk about. Um, there's no need for trying to pamper the issue, and there are two reasons. Because I guide the religious tenet I follow is two golden rules: love thy neighbor as thyself, and do unto others as you want to be done unto you. So to the Muslims, in applying these two principles, I see nothing wrong in saying these things as they are. The question is Islamization agenda a real and present danger in Nigeria? We always hear about it. In my opinion, it is. And the thing we don't really understand is whether Islamization is a means to an end or an end in itself. And that is where we can only say we are confused. But as to whether it is happening, facts, we cannot be deceiving ourselves. Our reality shows that it is happening. Now, the problem is when you ask that question, is it a means to an end or an end in itself? If you if you think about it, the problem is even if it is just a means to an end, where you are doing something and it is working, that thing becomes a cherished, like a golden goose that you preserve and you continue to do. And in preserving it and doing it in perpetuity, it has become an end in itself. So what we are facing now is that the APC seems to have perfected this issue. The APC, in a bid to control power and chaos in Nigeria, has perfected this dark art of manipulating body, soul, and spirit, which I call body is economic. So people can be manipulated by putting them in their economic situations such that they can now do things just because of their economic situation. In the soul, we are talking about our ethnic identity. In the spirit, we are talking about our religious identity. These things are polluted in Nigeria. They've always been by corruption, but what we see with APC, as I always say, is not corruption. We are seeing impunity. Impunity is you are doing something wrong openly as if it is right. So right now, wrong is right in Nigeria. I don't know what is going on. And now in Nigeria of today, APC has almost established a new custom. And these things can be, you can't, let's talk about the custom. Two customs. Power is not served a la carte. A la carte, the meaning of a la carte is by the menu. I later figured what that man was saying. Power is not served by following the law. You snatch power, you grab power, you cater away, you run away with it. And so that is why Mahmoud could not follow the Electoral Act. That was the plan all along. So we were just talking. Meanwhile, they knew they were not going to follow the law. It wasn't going to go a la carte. And the second thing is good men are not suitable for power. Your VP select, I ain't talk that one. And these things are now established in Nigeria. Hence, people who can organize themselves to be violent and act with impunity in defense or in advancement of their economic, ethnic, or religious interest become hegemon, are promoted in Nigeria. Their socio-political interest with violence, with impunity. And these things have emboldened bad actors now. And that is why you are seeing such bills, such things happening in Nigeria over and over again. These people are now emboldened. Now, the problem we would have, Saddam, I see you around up now, is that the bad actors, we are seeing them being rewarded. What will happen is many Nigerians will become endeared to doing bad things. We saw that in Nigeria in the 70s. Nigerians are not people that will stay down. If you say you are going to be rewarding bad things, people will do bad things. That is why them Tinubu were selling drugs in the 70s, and from drug to power was their story. That is why many people are doing Yahoo and prostitution today. Nigerians won't shy away from doing bad things. So if you are rewarding bad things, we will see in a few years bad will overrun Nigeria so bad, and now Nigeria becomes an archetype of Sodom and Gomorrah, of Nineveh, of Sudan, of Afghanistan, of Libya. These things are inevitable. The Christians leaders played a role in this about inevitable consequence we're about to face. APC, you've seen where even Muslims are dominant in a society, they still go to war because at the end of the day, religion is nothing if you don't love your neighbor as you love yourself, and if you don't do unto others as you want to be done unto you. So I encourage us to, I don't know, but let us just be warned. We are following the path of the the figurative Nineveh, Sodom and Gomorrah, the reality Libya, Sudan, Afghanistan. It is bleak. I submit like that. Thank you, Saddam. Thank you, Otumba.
Thank you very much, my brother Bankole. Thank you. All right, Sabi, you can come in now. Good evening.
Good evening, Saddam, Otumba, Mommy Bolanle, everyone on the space. Actually, if you guys recall, Muhammad Buhari's administration, if there is one thing they have pursued aggressively since the last 8 years, was implementation of um, settling the herdsmen. You remember they've actually pushed for policy around cattle colony. They've pushed for policy around Ruga. They've pushed for policy water bill, a whole lot of policies, and all those things were all geared towards collecting people's ancestral land and giving it to these herdsmen. If you call it Fulani herdsmen, they get angry. And that's what they've pursued all this while. And it all ties down to what the topic we are discussing today, which is actually this APC Islamization agenda. Is there Islamization agenda? The answer is yes. And unfortunately, some of our friends that are not Muslims, they got offended when we say some of these things. We're not saying it to offend you people, but some of you people may not know actually that there is an agenda. And rightfully so, right? We understand that some of you may not know that, but the truth is that if you look at what has been happening with Muhammad Buhari's administration, the kind of policies they've pursued, you would understand that is something behind what they've been doing. Because there's no way you can tell anybody, a normal, reasonable human being, that what has been going on in Southern Kaduna, what has been going on in the Middle Belt, all across, and these are all Christian-dominated areas. And then you ask yourself, what exactly is the agenda? The agenda is about chasing away people from their ancestral land and occupying that place and turning those places to what Muslim dominated areas. That's the agenda. It has happened in some part of Plateau. It has happened in some part of Benue. And it's moving down south. That is exactly, and Muhammad Buhari, one of his regrets, and I can tell you guys, one of the most regrets about Muhammad Zadu is that he has not been able to implement any of those policies. He pushed Ruga, he failed. He pushed cattle colony, he failed. He pushed a whole lot of all these things, he failed. And that's exactly the reason why he's actually ascending to this Muslim ticket. Prior to 2015, every one of us, whether the story is true or not, we were told that Muhammad Buhari rejected Muslim ticket in 2015. So why is he accepting it now? Because all the agenda he has already planned, with the brutal nature of how they wanted to execute it, with the level of killings that has gone on in Middle Belt and part of the South, that is to tell you that they actually was pursuing an agenda. Unfortunately for us, because of the way Nigeria has pushed back, that agenda failed. And so that's actually the reason why it is so deadly right now for Nigerians to accept a Muslim ticket. Even with Osibajo being the vice president, a Christian, they were able to push hard some of those policies. Push it hard. Just imagine having someone right now or a government that the president and the vice president are going to be Muslims. So when they are making all those critical policy decisions, non-Christian will be represented. So this agenda is real. And the way we are seeing it, Nigerians are, some of our pastors, our GOs. Sometimes if I sit down and think about the kind of role these guys have played in making sure that Christianity is drowned in Nigeria, you begin to wonder. These are people that are supposed to speak out to defend Christianity, but they're not doing that. They're not doing it. The reason is that most of them have been SPVs for all these corrupt politicians. They've soiled their hand. They can no longer speak out. We can see the brutal murder that has been going on in Middle Belt, but what are our pastors saying? Rather, they are going to Aso Rock and visiting Buhari and telling us, coming back, or tell us to pray. Pray for how long are we going to be praying? You are praying why the people you are telling to pray, they don't have any equipment, they don't have arms and ammunition, and those that are coming to kill them, they are equipped with arms and ammunition. You tell them to keep on praying. Praying for how long? Saddam, I like your submission you made previously. I think we should, what we have done before, we should bring out time to start calling out all these GOs. We've done it before, but some of these guys, we need to call them out because what they are doing to the Christian religion is absolutely annoying. Onayenkan the other day said something about that the tribunal should, that he cannot congratulate anybody until the tribunal finishes that. And then this APC nitwits went after him. They went after him. They've gone after him. They've gone after Bishop Oyedepo. But people like what's the Redeem GO? He has not said anything with all these things that are happening in Nigeria. He has not opened his mouth to say anything. The one of Deeper Life, the same thing. They're not saying anything. They are keeping mute. And Christians are being murdered every single day in the country, and they are not saying anything. See, the truth is that if there is any legacy that Muhammad Buhari is going to leave behind, is the level of blood he has spilled on Nigeria. Because he wanted to push through this agenda. But thank goodness that Nigerians were able to actually dismantle every move that he had made. The reason why they started registering NIN registration, all these things, they were all trying to gather Nigerians' information to know how they can go execute their plans. They were telling us, oh, it's for security purposes. You collected all the NIN that you did, but you couldn't see the bandits. The bandits that were in the forest, you can use the geolocations with all the geolocations and locate them, but you couldn't do it. You could not do it. The agenda for all those NIN registration was different. It wasn't for security purposes. It was actually to locate Nigerians where they are so that they can execute their plan. That was what they did. And so I think we should be talking about all these things. Nigerians should be vigilant. Nigerians should be vigilant, especially Christians. Unfortunately, our Muslim brothers in the north, once we discuss these things, they get mad. But the truth is that we need to call a spade a spade. That's what's going on. Christians in Nigeria are endangered species. You cannot get annoyed because people in Southern Kaduna, they are predominantly Christians. And they are butchered every day. People in Southern Borno, they are predominantly Christians. They are butchered every day. The reason why they use the Chibok community to test run their heinous crime, it was because the Chibok community is predominantly Christians. That's why they used it. So some of these things we need to let Nigerians know about. Everyone needs to be vigilant. And that's why we are praying that the court should do the right thing. The court should do the right thing. Because they think with Tinubu and Setima's combination, they are going to continue on the trajectory of Muhammad Buhari, what he has left behind. And that's the continue to push for that agenda. So we call on all the justices that are going to be sitting on this case. They should do the right thing. If not, Nigeria is heading towards chaos. And that we've been saying that it will not happen in Nigeria might happen before our eyes. Because we must stop this agenda. It can never happen in Nigeria. Is a secular state. It's more like a 50-50 split between Christians and Muslims. I don't even understand where these guys think that they can actually implement this agenda by brutally killing people and chasing them away from their ancestral land. Few weeks back, we heard that the people in some of these IDP camps in Benue, they are crying that their ancestral lands are being taken over by these Fulani herdsmen. They are crying that they need to go back to their ancestral land, because the more they keep them there in those IDP camps, these guys are taking over their ancestral lands and converting them to Muslim communities. If that is not Islamization, tell me what it is. Because you are actually converting people's ancestral land to your own, and then you are practicing another religion that is not theirs. What is it called? So I think it's time for Nigerians to actually wake up from their slumber and continue to talk about these things. Because if not for the way Nigerians pushed back against Muhammad Buhari, the story would have been different. I yield at this point, Saddam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Savik. Thank you. All right, guys, let's move on real quick. The Jack, you're next. Please, you have the space, please.
Hello, Saddam. Hello, Otumba, Jimmy, everybody, Mommy Bankole, all the ministers on this platform, this church. I greet you all. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. And I want to start with Ekweremadu. I think this man actually is one of those victims you say, he who the gods want to kill, they first of all make mad. With this man's status, he didn't in itself, not in the UK, is such that you cannot pay for those things. There must be no sign of monetary inducement. Me, I'm an embryologist. I know what the practices are in Nigeria. You cannot donate eggs and get paid for it in the UK. You will go to jail. So a lot of people go across the border, go to Spain to do these things and come back if they don't find somebody that is willing to donate to them for them free of charge. So we're not talking of something like a whole organ. And this man didn't do his due diligence. That one is on one side. He really got, I think the 10 years is low for me. I think the 10 years is really, really low for what Ekweremadu has done. And then secondly, we move to these pastors, men of God that we were talking about earlier. And someone came up and said that they have been, partakers of this mess. And I agree. I totally agree, because we were here when one certain Adefarasin came and said, Saul is not that bad. I begin to wonder, as Christians, is it that we just go to church, empty our brains, and we over-venerate these men? We over-venerate them. For Christians in the house, when Jesus died, when Jesus gave up the ghost on that cross, one of the things that was recorded was that the curtain was rent in two from top to bottom. One of the things that signifies that the thing that the priest used to do alone, you, churchgoer, you have access. You now in this testament, you have access. All those things that they will say, only priest can enter that place. Now lie. Oh, na boo-boo. Everybody, it is Christ that died, and it was once he died. There is no other person that is supposed to die to give you access. So all this, my daddy Gio, my mommy Gio, my this, that, it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. And not to waste time, let me head into the cocoa of the matter, this Islamization thing. Everybody that has spoken in the last 30, 40 minutes, they have mentioned it. It has been an ongoing thing. And we will kid ourselves. We will lie to ourselves if we say we don't know Buhari's record. Buhari's record is such that Buhari was given a list of financiers of Boko Haram from UAE. Till date, he has refused to prosecute. Buhari catches men in Boko Haram who have taken up arms against the state called Nigeria. And he says, they are repentant. Releases them and put them on sponsorship. Buhari has a minister, a Pantami, who has been sympathetic promoting jihad and terrorism. And we say there's nothing going on. I beg to differ. There is a whole lot A whole lot going on. One of the things Donald Trump did first when he entered that place in 2017 was he put Nigeria on the list of the place where religious freedoms are under threat. But I don't know what happened to Oga Biden. He said there is nothing like that going on again in Nigeria and removed Nigeria from that list. I think that's a very serious wrong move from the US part. And I want to remind you people, do you remember in 2017, 2018, when there was a time it was said from the coffers of paramilitary people and military guys that people of southern origin were being moved to the theater of war? I don't know if you guys recall, but I do recall. And what was happening was that people were being led to the slaughter. In 2018, I was in US, and I was with someone whose dad was an officer in that war. And on a certain occasion, they went on a mission. And what happened? He was the second in command of that troop. And what happened? The one that is his boss divided the squad into two and told them to wait. The guy checked after a few minutes and noticed that everybody that was remaining with him were all Christians. So he asked them to take cover and take vantage positions. Less than an hour, less than an hour or thereabout, people came in, masked, and started to open fire. And but because they've taken vantage positions, they refired now, opened up, and everybody was quieted. When they opened the masks, it was the same team, the same people that left them. What are we saying? Even the military has been infiltrated. Except we want to tell ourselves lies. I'm seeing your hands, Sir Saddam. So I want to say that these things are, the signs are there, the evidences are there, and the only thing is the voice of the people. Because even the Ruga, the water resources bill, everything, the only thing that was able to stop all those things were the voice of the people that went and put pressure. The pressure from the people was what stopped all those things. So I also want to remind us that one of the things that feeds these things, that we said these people have children, they don't take care of them, all manner of things, is that the Child Rights Act has not been domesticated in most of the states in the north. The Child Rights Act is such that if you born pikin, you must send them to school. You must do basic things round about it. If you don't, it is criminalized and you will go to jail like every other place in the Western world. So I want to use the mic at this point and remind us that we should just keep on keeping on and put the pressure, remain steadfast, and we will take this mandate back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. Thank you. Let's take a lady now. Please, guys, if you're speaking, please, we want to make sure everybody gets to speak before we wrap up the space in the next couple of minutes, please. So,
I'm raising my hand. You see me
you
at
have
all?
spoken before now. Wait now, make other people speak now, brother. And calm down, beg, eh? Please, your own submission is 10 minutes. Make other people do short, do short, I beg. Please, girls speak for Nigeria, I beg, continue. Please, if you see me raise my hand, I beg, be patient, then please, just know you're wrapping up.
All right, thank you very much, Saddam. Greetings, everybody. Mombolanle, good to have you here. Savik, Otumba, everybody, greetings to you. And happy birthday to our very own special, sweet, darling, honey, everything good, David Udehi. And then, of course, our girl, Nello, plus every other person celebrating their birthday this period. Long life and prosperity. I wish all of you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much. Um, APC Islamization agenda. The Bible said in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verses 6, it said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." For some persons, this APC Islamization agenda is as clear as the word clear, even many years before today. For those of you who remembers very well, when they were talking about Ruga settlements, they kind of put so many things with it to make it so attractive. They said, for every community, for every state that will accept Ruga, they will have constant light, they will have schools, they will have roads, they will have water, they will have everything, like all the social amenities will be made available. In other words, the APC led administration, they know what it feels like to give citizens social amenities. They know how to make these things available. In other words, it is not rocket science. But for you to have access to these things, you must allow some certain people who are strictly um, Muslims to be in your community, to take a large part in your community. So, someone like me, when OPJ talked about this Fulanization agenda earlier, I believed it without doubting it a bit for a second. And then for those people that call themselves men of God, these are our so-called men of God. A lot of them these days, like I said on our prayer space some time ago, some of them, they called themselves. God did not call them. They went into the ministry as a result of frustration. There is no job in Nigeria, nothing to do, nothing to do. They had to call themselves for their stomach's sake. And because some of us, we lack the will to read the word of God, to know what God really wants us to do as Christians, we follow these people stupidly and blindly. And they are leading us wrongly. And even at this time and age, we are still blinded by these people. When what was his name? Omega Fire Ministry or something. When he was Suleiman, when his convoy was attacked, people were killed. But his a bulletproof car protected him and his family. Fellow Nigerians, our mumu, it don't do. It is time for us to begin to say things the way they are. For the ones you need to read, read and get knowledge. If not, you will die and you will go to God, and God will tell you He did not ask you to be that stupid. You will die, you will suffer on earth, and you will go to hell and die again. So you better start using that brain that God has given to you. You better start using it. I once saw a tweet or something, or a write-up where it was written there that Buhari said his aim is to spread Islam all over Nigeria. And the signs are everywhere. And still till date, some persons are still too blind to see what is going on. Just recently, I read that they have sealed it, they've already agreed that there will be world-class abattoir in the whole of Nigeria. What is world-class abattoir doing in the whole of Nigeria, in a country that does not have one world-class hospital? No good education, no good road, nothing. But where they slaughter cattles, eh? What class they want to build it? If it is not for the Islamization agenda, what do Nigeria, the poverty capital of the world, a country that borrows to do almost everything, why building a world-class abattoir for people that did not go to school, just to go there and sit down and be slicing cattle? Whereas you have graduates working all over the streets of Nigeria. Some of them, if you see them, say madmen better pass them. Now, when you go close to them, you're going to say, this person, they educated. But because there's no job, nothing for them to do. Some are riding Okada. Fellow Nigerians.
Rita, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're audible. Go on.
I just see your hand now. I'll be rounding up soon. Fellow Nigerians, I have always said, and I will continue to say, that one of the best things God have blessed us with as Nigerians at this time and age is this Twitter space, that we have the opportunity to lend our voices. No more going to stand on the newspaper stand. You just argue within yourselves. Your voices are not heard. Now you have an opportunity. So we have to start talking in the right direction. You that need to read, you need to read. You that need to do what you need to do, anything you know you need to do, you have to keep doing it. Because if we don't do what we need to do as a people, these guys will kill everybody and nothing will happen. A murderer now is coming and he wants to be your speaker and my speaker at this time and age. And to some persons, nothing is wrong with it. All is well, all is good. And you think you're normal. Anyways, before I end, I want to advise everyone on this space. If you have not done your dirty challenge, please do it. For a lot of persons have been clamoring, let's go and protest, let's go and protest. This is a protest on its own. And protests like this, online protests, are very, very, very effective. The little video I posted yesterday, okay, day before yesterday now, okay, some 24 thereabout hours ago, over the last time I checked, over 45,000 people have watched it. And then for those that have seen it, we're about 500,000 people already. So these things goes a long way. These are protests. If you want to mask your face because you are afraid, if you want to respect, you want to tie, just put out that message. Let the world know that you didn't vote for this person. This was the person you voted for. Something happened on 25th February 2023 that has never happened in the history of Nigeria. Before that date, a whole lot of things happened. Nigerians from all walks of life were putting in their monies, their time, their energy. Some of us were not sleeping. We were on spaces. Every spaces you go, there's fan obedient. We did it. We did it by God's grace. Within 9 months, we delivered. And some persons are there trying to take it to one unnamed. God have mercy on me. I don't want to call him non-entity. To a man that cannot even speak on his own without being told what to do, to come and be your president. And we are some of you are hey, let's go to the street, let's go. Now we are doing online protests. You cannot even lend your voice for how many seconds? If you have not done yours, please go and do it. It is very, very important and is effective. Please, tomorrow is a prayer space. Make yourself available and come join us to pray. Because, like, seriously, without a spiritual aspect being taken care of, no matter what we do physically, it's going to be in vain. And we don't want our work, our hard-earned work, to be in vain. Thank you very much. I yield. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Great. Happy stay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you. Savik, your hands are up. I don't know you want to add something.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Ekweremadu issue, right? While I sympathize with his family on what happened, but I think I'm happy that justice is served, right?
I
Because
was speaking. I thought, hey, my mic was
hello,
on. My mic was actually
Go
off.
on,
I
go
was
on, go on,
speaking. I
go on.
didn't know my mic was off. All right.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
Jimmy,
That
somebody is
was
speaking.
God's will
Jimmy,
alone. Thank you. That was beautiful. Let's have.
Savik is speaking already, Jimmy. Savik is speaking. I think you drop and come back. Savik, go on.
yeah. So I think
Oh wow.
Ekweremadu,
Who muted me?
I think hello,
Oh,
Jimmy, somebody is
oh,
speaking. Can't
Sunadede.
you hear?
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Jimmy, can you hear or not? Savik is speaking.
Oh boy. Let me drop and come back.
Yeah, drop and come back.
Okay, so I'm saying that Ekweremadu issue is something that I think constituency, you cannot see any functional hospital. He has been a senior. He has amassed so much has been in power, but he has not been able to do anything. What, see, even if he would just have used just 10% of the wealth he has amassed to set up a hospital in Enugu State. At least call it constitutional project. Just call it for your constituency, your constitutional project. Just give it there. I believe this thing that he's passing through right now, probably he wouldn't have been passing through it because the staff will be there to help take care of his family, help take care of his constituents, and help take care of ordinary Nigerians. It's not a big thing to ask. You know, the truth is that whatever happened to him should be a lesson to other politicians. It should be a lesson to other politicians. And then we need to call out the UK. Yes, they were speedy in delivering this judgment, but it's still the same UK that Bloomberg is reporting that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been hiding illegal wealth for over 20 years. This same UK has been harboring illegal wealth from African leaders, from African politicians for years. So are you going to tell me now that the UK government is not aware of all these, properties that Bola Ahmed Tinubu owns everywhere in the UK? Are they going to deny that they're not aware of the illicit money laundering and illicit drug trafficking that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been peddling since the 1980s? You see, that's the hypocrisy of the UK. That's the hypocrisy. That's where I have a problem with them. If you remember, immediately Mahmoud announced Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-select. He was the British Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, was among the first people that congratulated Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then the lady that just left, the British envoy that was in Nigeria before, Katrina, or whatever her name is, her first her first reaction was that, there are some good lessons to learn from this. Nigeria is progressing in her democracy. And so the question is, the UK should come out plainly and tell us why exactly are they shielding some of these corrupt politicians? Why are they shielding them? Because we're able to know about these illicit, properties that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his cohorts has been shielding away in the UK because Bloomberg, which is an American outfit, was able to actually, dig them out. No one knows other ones that they are hiding over there. And that's why every single minute, Bola Ahmed Tinubu runs to the UK or France. He can't get to the US. He's always running to the UK. And so you ask yourself, why is the UK shielding this guy? They know about his history. And the only thing that we can answer, the only way we can answer this is because most of this illicit money that these guys are stealing and dumping in the UK is helping grow the UK economy. That's the only reason. And so if these guys stop bringing this money there, their economy is going to take a hit. But what we are saying is that they should stop this hypocrisy. If you want to go after all the politicians, go after them. Stop cherry picking. Stop saying, okay, we're going to use this one to choose this one. But the one that will favor you, we will build your economy and help your economy stabilize. You're not going to go after them. When will expect that immediately Bloomberg, brought out this story about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the UK government should have been asking questions by now. They should have been asking questions by now and saying, okay, how did this guy acquire all this money? What is the legitimate business that he did to acquire all these properties? But no, they're not going to do it because they are feeding off all these illegal property transfers. They just want to make known the ones they want to make known just to save their face. This hypocrisy has to stop. Thank you so much, Saddam. I see your hand.
Thank you very much, my brother. But you should understand that these guys, they're the architect of Nigeria problem. The UK in particular, the Western world, they don't, that's why I say everything has to be with Nigerians doing it ourselves. We're not depending on them. It's just like saying they didn't know that Abramovich was in bed with Putin. It's when they fell out with Putin and Ukraine, you saw them confiscating all our Abramovich properties. But for over 20 something years, Abramovich was funding, making Chelsea the biggest club in Europe and doing everything for them. We saw all those things. So UK is a country filled with is a crime scene. They are part of in fact they are the problem of Nigeria. So it's not like they don't know. They know everything that's going on. They know this man is a criminal. They know he's a drug dealer. But they understand that having someone like him, he's easy to blackmail. He will easily do all their biddings, all the way they steal our oils. He will cover it for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They know this. They know this. So I don't even pay their own is we just getting aware and knowing that we don't have anything from any statement the UK is putting is not for us. It's always how does it benefit them? It's not for the people. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are today. All right, let's move on real quick. I think let's just take I think Kevin, you've spoken before, so I think I will skip to someone that is yet to speak. Then I'll come to Kevin and Real Base and Kevin. All right. C1, you have the space, please. 3 minutes, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I hope I'm
Sorry,
clear and audible.
Jimmy. If you can request the mic, I can't see you. Go on, please, C1. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Emia, Otumba, Madam Bolanle, and every other person right here. I am grateful to have the mic. I've been itching to speak. So, I'll just touch on one or two. Ekweremadu deserves everything he's getting and even more because this man has held on to power for so long, but because they are used to never developing their own country, they are very quick to run away. You don't see waiting, you don't define all these years. Eventually, in eye don't clear. Hopefully, he will learn his lessons or he will be in jail another few years because this is deserving of these people. But why is it that it's only UK that is always arresting our politicians? Why is it that in Nigeria, politicians do the most and they are free? They roam freely on our streets. At what points do Nigerians get tired? Since the judiciary will not judge our politicians, is there an alternative to this? Okay, APC Islamization. It's definitely happening right before us. And if we play the ostrich, it would happen faster than we imagine. The reason it has not happened or been actualized is because we have been speaking. People often tell us that we speak a lot of English, we're just talking. But the effect of our talk is the reason why we are still here and we are still not yet in that strait. Lebanon is a good example of what Nigeria could be if we keep quiet. We think it's not possible. Nigeria is a secular state. Wasn't Turkey a secular state? Did they not Colombia Turkey? Anything is possible. We just need to wake up and face the truth of what is before us. Those that are hiding their heads don't have an idea of how badly things can go in this country. So on Thursday, I was talking to someone with whom I was traveling with. He's from Southwest like I am. And from his speech, I knew he was an Agbado boy. So I kept on his matter. He got offended several times. I said, no, don't worry, you can't be offended. But the truth is, you will not sell your agenda. Your agenda will not agenda in this place where we are. And what was he saying? Hey, let's take Nigeria as it is. You know, Nigeria, we have to take Nigeria and the problems as Nigerians. Let's stop comparing ourselves to other places. And I said, but we can go to other places to study. We can go to other places to get ideas on how things are done. We can go there for health check. But think that Nigeria should still be backward because Nigeria's democracy is still young. We they mad. Not us, sha, but the Agbado people. Let them collect their sub in peace. According to the Dogua story, Dogua, that guy offends me every time I see his ugly face telling us how he has how many children and how many wives and why he is a competent man because he can get plenty children. It didn't vex me. But honestly, it be like say Nigerians don't know what can happen with this kind of murderous people having their way. I'm not one to think that let's just call order and throw order to the wind and do whatever we need to do. But Nigerians need to start asking these people, rather demanding justice from the system. They are always quick to punish those who do little or nothing, but people who really commit crimes are let to go free. I said something. It sounded like a prophecy. We are seeing a bit of it. Yes, Emia. Yes, Emia. We are seeing a bit of it in other African countries. It will soon touch down in Nigeria. I speak this as a prophecy, but honestly, Nigerian politicians will soon start to collect. Have a wonderful deliberation.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Okay, real about best, please. 4 minutes, please. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Thank you. Now I don't reach. I don't say they enter Abuja tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't even want to talk much. I think I wanted to speak when is it Clarita or something when she talked about Jonathan. Yes, as much as I want to agree with the submission she made, I was also somebody who used to defend Jonathan as though my life is dependent on that man. I have a whole book about his administration, but I think Jonathan is the problem we are talking about today. Jonathan is the one that plunged us into this problem. The lady talked about bombs, and so Jonathan knew everything that APC was doing. He knew, that was intelligent, that all this thing that is happening, Boko Haram was created because of him. All the bombs that was going off in Abuja, and even for the first time in this country, we started having suicide attack, people striving themselves with vests and bombing all the places. And Jonathan handed over power to that person. The person that orchestrated all those things that happened, Jonathan handed. That man is the biggest. We used to define, say he's a good man, but when you sit back and see what APC has done to this country, you now begin to imagine how did APC get into power. And Jonathan knew the agenda of these people. The best thing that Jonathan would have done is to make sure that even if he wanted to hand over power, he would have just given it to another person. But for him to have allowed these people to come in, whatever Jonathan has done is just bunkum. Because bringing us into this problem, and just as though that is not even enough, he was busy smiling sheepishly, with APC, with APC people. Such a man that some of us went through hell. Nigerians went through hell because of. A lot of people love that man. Despite what people will say about corruption, but some of us, argued and defended him. But when you now sit back and think that he allowed the people who did everything to destroy him, I allowed them to now continue to destroy Nigeria. And then he had infantry and the temerity even be drinking with them and be smiling sheepishly to the point that they were saying they were going to hand over government to him. That man, I don't think somebody should just come and say he's a good man, he's a clown. I think that is just what that is just what I wanted to come and talk about. Nobody should be saying that Jonathan is a good man. Jonathan actually plunged us to this problem. That man, perhaps he shouldn't have been the president of Nigeria because Buhari shouldn't be the president. There is nothing that should have made Buhari to be president. In short, it's only Jonathan government that would have given. Even if Tinubu had become president before Buhari, if Tinubu had become president before Buhari, Tinubu would not allow Buhari to become president. Go and see what Tinubu wrote about Buhari in the past. He wouldn't have allowed him. So for him to have allowed Buhari and APC to come into power, whatever good he has done to this country is bad. Because all those good, they've destroyed it. They've destroyed whatever thing that he did. If in Jonathan's government, that was the first time we heard about suicide bombing. We used to hear it. Oh, it happened in the Middle East. It happened in so place. In our time, a lot of us have forgotten and it is part of that agenda. I don't have time now. I know that, yes, I'm traveling, later today. I don't have time. The next time will come, we'll talk about, because it's good that, like I said before in my submission, the reason, I know that most time people, our brothers and sisters in the north, but the truth about the matter, for us to liberate ourselves, we have to discuss these things. If we don't discuss it, then all of them will be shredded in secrecy. That's why somebody will say, oh, this thing is not part of Islam, this one is not part, oh, this person is. No, let us discuss it. There is no religion that has been much criticized than the Christianity. And the people who criticize Christianity, both the Bible, everything, are the Christians themselves. Muslims should start criticizing every aspect of their religion that they think is not compatible and they think is not good. They should start talking about it. That's the only way they can have liberation. I think, Tadam, I'll just say this and round up. China, the other day, I was reading, in China now, they say they are going to transcribe Quran in Chinese language. In Chinese language, in mosque in China, you have to write it. You don't have to write it with Arabic. Write it with Chinese language, because that is where. So I think such things will actually help the people to understand what is it that is written in these books. What is it that the book is talking about in their own language? Make it, domicile it, and make it autonomous to them. And some of these things will liberate me. I'm not saying people should not practice their religion, but let their religion not affect the liberties and freedom of other people. Immediately that is done, it's a problem for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Jimmy, is Jimmy up?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, I think Jimmy. Can anybody hear Jimmy, please?
I'm speaking, though.
Yeah, but it's very.
Yeah, I can hear him.
His audio is very low.
We can't hear
Wow.
Jimmy.
He's not speaking.
Make I drop and come back.
Nobody. Otumba, you cannot hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay. Jimmy's just whining when I cannot.
Sorry, so that's
speaking. Yeah, I'm speaking. All right, Doctor. Yeah, you have the space, please. Let me. I think I'll restart.
Okay, thank you so much, Saddam, Balanli, Savik. Thank you so much, and those on the speaker sections and the listener section. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, real quick, and if you notice, you will discover that on this page, asks how many Northerners do you have there? How many Muslims do you have there? Do you see them even talk here? And I would just like the word Islamization. Like, we the Muslims don't even use Islamization. We don't use Islamization. We use da'wah. Da'wah means just to talk, to spread the words of God. And if you look at it, we have the Muslims. We have practicing Muslims, right? And we have people that are claiming to be Muslims. We have extremists. We have just people who want to hold on to power, even if they are not doing anything. So they have to sell something to our people in the North. Hey, look, these people are coming to take your religion, blah, blah, blah. You understand this? So that our people will now rush and say, hey, look, let's support them, even though they are not doing well. And if you look at the Islamization or trying to expand, they're just hiding behind their agenda. They have an agenda. And it started even before the pre-colonial era, right? Just to ensure that at least the North keeps that dominant power in our political space. So they have to sell something to our people, religion. So in the North, whenever you say something, somebody wants to attack their religion, oh my goodness, they will forget about all the mess you've done in the last
Dr. AI, can you hear me?
Right?
Dr. AI, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Saddam, if they hear me now, everybody can hear me now.
Yeah.
100. All right. Go on, Dr. AI, please. Sorry to interject.
So essentially, what they've been doing in the last 40 or 50 years is using religion as a tool to expand their dominance. And one of the regions that is resisting that is the Middle Belt, which I'm currently part of. I'm a Muslim. I don't like injustice. People are being killed. As a leader, in as a Muslim, if you're a Muslim, so in your community, if you're a leader in your community and you're a Muslim, the Christians, the traditionalists, and the Muslims are your subjects. Their blood, their properties are under. You understand? Nothing will happen to them. Here we have a lot of people being killed, and the leaders are not saying anything. What does that mean? It's injustice. It is not Islam. It is something else. And why will they want to grab those people? So what's the rationale behind it? They come, they kill children, they kill women, and they grab their lands. So at the heart of it is what they want to grab land and expand what? Their influence or their control. So that is not Islam. Islam is not, I'm a Muslim, I'm a practicing Muslim. It is, you see, that is stealing. And that is oppression. Islam doesn't like oppression. So whatever we are doing, and that's why I have to like be part of it. And even in the middle belt, I have to join what they are doing. Right? And what they come is what they tell the northerners, northeast and the northwest, is that, oh, you know, if let's say there is an attack, 100 persons, women, children are being killed, and old people in the middle belt, let's say southern Kaduna, they will now be telling our people that, hey, look, you know, it was a reprisal attack. You know, it is the Christians that started it. You understand? And our people will now, they won't even, oh, after all, you mean, so with what they told them, so they will use that. So that has been, this is the game they have been playing. But the heart of it is what? You have some set of politicians who are what? Opportunists. They want to hold on to power. They want to get power. They want to get control. They want to dominate at all costs. So what do? They get religious extremists and they sell their ideas, their stuff to them. And they will now take it to the grassroots and spread all the lies, everything. This has been going on and on. And as a Muslim, I will never, ever allow Dogwa, you understand, to represent me or my community. Never. We even spoke with my friend. No, it's something else. But now he's beating his chest because, you know, some people feel comfortable that because all they want is power. Power is in the Northwest. Now they feel, okay, it's in the Northwest. Like I said, they are having Senate president and also speaker. That's all they care. So if Dogwa loses that now, you know, it means that they are, so if all they want is let's say power. Once they get that, that's all. Let everybody go, and even the Muslims. But they don't want our people to get to know the truth. But with time, we'll ensure that at least we get our people to get to know the truth, because once our people begin to criticize them, oh, it's a game over for them. So I would like to yield the mic, because as a Muslim, right, what they are doing is complete oppression. They're just hiding behind the Islamic umbrella to expand their influence. And that's what they've been doing, grabbing, killing people, and not all means possible just to get that power, they would do it. And that is just the truth. I'm telling you, it is affecting us as I'm talking to you now.
So my brother, can you hear me? Okay,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why what you say now is you know is the right thing you're saying. But why is what you're saying now not prevalent with especially educated Muslims in the North?
Thank you very much. The educated Muslims tend to be also biased towards the Christian. They tend to be very, very biased. And it's very sad. Oh, is a Christian something? You know, they will become so resistant. They don't even want to hear the story. They don't even want to even give it a thought, like, okay, you know, they are educated, but they could be very, very extreme. They could be very, very fanatical. And that is the problem. So for me to be able to like be open-minded, I have to read This House Has Fallen. You know, there's a novel I read, This House Has Fallen. That really helped me to have an open mind. Let's call a spade a spade. We call them out. When I'm anywhere I am, I call them out. And they don't want, because people like us, if we can have like 50, 100 and be talking to them, you know, honestly, they're in trouble, honestly. So they could be educated, but they could be very, very fanatic, and they are not open-minded. And whenever you say Christianity, they feel as if a Christian, as if it's somebody that is just like, it's not even worth their attention or something. They will not even read it. And okay, what we are discussing is in English. You don't see them. So if we've written them, if we write, they won't read them. So now they have to wait for their own person that is fanatical to translate it into Hausa and twist the whole story and give it to them. So it's a problem for us, honestly. And it's very sad. It's very sad. So APC, you know, because they have painted a narrative that, okay, PO is coming to Christianize Nigeria, Christian agenda, right? So now they have to back that up with some of their appointment. Let's say during the let's say their administration, they have to do something to mimic that. Okay, after all, we told you guys, we're going to do this and this and want to. But honestly, everything is just like sham. They keep crashing because they've been doing that for the past 60 years. I've been following the history. All they want is what to ensure that at least the North, to ensure the hegemonic dominance of the North in our political space. That's all. But anything possible in the North, all they have to do is that they use religion. Or just somebody is coming to take your religion, is coming to stop you from worship you. Or once you say that, the Northerner will forget about all the things you've done for them for the past 100 years and support you. Honestly, this is the game they've been playing. Thank you.
Thank you. We honestly know that this is a game that I've been playing, and I say all the time it has nothing to do with the religion itself, because I have wonderful Muslim friends. I grew up with Muslim friends. I have wonderful Muslim brothers that I chat with on a regular, and I'm like, I know this is not who they are, because it has to do with a set of people that just want to cling to power and understanding that they have to use this region, because they have sold them a lie. They have sold this lie for too long. And the elite class that have been educated do not just want to tell the people the truth. I'm not wondering, Islam in Saudi Arabia, Islam in UAE, and this is real Islam. These are the people that haven't brought the religion down to Africa. So if they can be developed, if they can turn the desert in Dubai to becoming one of the most beautiful tourist locations in the world today, why? And I dare say Dubai is not as rich as northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria is far richer than Dubai today, with all the resources underneath the soil of northern Nigeria. Just few men stealing the gold, stealing the diamonds, mining people that is everything. And they use Allah and hide it. It is so painful. So I just wish our northern brothers can really speak out, because the more we this space we are holding out should be space our northern brothers we should be holding. I look at them and I saw when the fake Peter Obi's tape came out. How many northerners were coming out? Yes, daddy. Yes, you cannot even. Are you blind to see that you guys are the ones Tinubu is doing Muslim ticket? You cannot even talk your. Yes, daddy. Yes. What sort of hypocrisy is this? It is so nauseating. I still say, I'm like, God have mercy. God have mercy. If we want this country to work in this our generation, our best criminals are doing nothing for the North, but making the people. One thing we give. I will not be ruled by El Rufai and his children. My generation ruled by El Rufai and his children will not be ruled by the embassy. It's not going to be possible. We go scatter the place. If our parents were docile, we not go take docile. That cowardice of our parents that could not that probably they were scared of them. Dying and one die. It's not your problem. We from the south are not your problem. Your problem is in your house. Your problem is Dogora. Your problem is El Rufai. Your problem is inward. Your problem is Buhari. You have kept quiet for the past 8 years. Northerners have been dying every freaking day, and I'm many of them go to embassy the riots by now. Many of them for criminals. Why? Many of them for criminals. Why? Why? All things has to change in this our generation.
He's using that to insult them. The same northerners, but when the World Bank living in penury, and then you are just pull you out of that penury, and then you are turning back to criticize the person and to give the honestly, I don't know. This thing just has to change. The brainwashing that is going on in the north, the brainwashing that is going on is just absolutely ridiculous, because someone is telling you, I want to do something to help you out, and then you turn back and criticize that person. Meanwhile, you are swimming in that poverty, you are swimming in that honest. It's crazy, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Savik. You see, this thing has to do with
Is anybody speaking, please?
Hey, voila,
Jimmy
speaking.
speaking.
Okay, I
Jimmy
don't know.
speaking.
My phone is acting up.
with
But go on.
Jimmy.
In case the space crashes, I
They
beg.
no one
I'll
make I
just
talk
have to. I
again for
don't know.
this place.
I can't. Jimmy is
They no
whining.
want me I talk
Otumba is
again.
whining. Tio is whining. I don't even know the people that are speaking right now. But Jimmy, go up, please.
Hey, they no want me I talk again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you see, this is the thing. While growing up, we've been bullied by our parents. We've been bullied. We've been suppressed from saying some certain things. When you want to say something, they don't say that. They don't do that. They don't. They shut you. They shut you off before you even speak. That is our own generation. But at a point in time, some of us, we taught ourselves. We learned how to ask questions, even though they shut us down. But some people did not have that ability to confront them. Some of us did not have that ability. We still have that, belief that when your pastor talk, you don't reply, or you don't ask questions. When your imam talks, you don't ask questions, you don't say things, you just take it the way it is. And that's the reason why a lot of things has been going on. We have fathers, we have pastors, we have imams raping boys, molesting boys, but they can't talk. We have all these people, all these big people. When they look, say, hey, father, God, pastor, God, father. They are demons among them. When it's time to say the right thing, things that these are the things they teach us in church. Do not steal, do not lie, do not fight, do not kill. And they kill people on election day, and you are coming to tell us that it is God's will. You are compromised. It's in the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie. And you see, with your korokoro eye, say they kill people on election day. And you now come out to tell people that it is the will of the God. It is the will of God. Hey, I love the fact that Peter Obi knows how to handle them. He knows how to handle them. He knows how to reply them. The time is now. You're dealing with a different kinds of people. Our generation, this time around, it's no, they don't tag answers as Igbo movement. No wala. I be Igbo now. My name now na Chukudi. I be Igbo. I'm Chukudi. Chukudi Jimmy. Chukudi or Jimmy Chukudi. Anyhow you won't call him. I'm Chukudi now. I embrace it wholeheartedly. It is time. It is time to stop this nonsense. We are standing on our foot and we are saying no. No more of these shenanigans. No more. We can't have. We can't keep having this nonsense in this country. The country is going to shit and nobody's doing anything about it. We are standing up to the status quo and we are saying, no, enough is enough. It's not going to happen again. This court case, it is one on arrival, but let's just go through the procedure. Let's go through the process. The country right now is bad, is in decline. But we are still willing. We are ready. We are making effort to fix it. We have not given up on the country. But if you now want to burn the country your own self, right now, just do otherwise. We are not asking for too much. Just give us justice. That is all we are asking for. Justice. Give us justice. Go through all the documents, go through all the evidences, go through all the proofs we have, and give us justice. That is all. Anything, don't have to eat, don't take out of it. Just give us, deliver justice. And it's not all this long distance justice, all this prolonged justice. Make swift justice. There's nothing as sweet as swift justice. Make it. If Kenya can do it within 14 days, we can do it lesser than that. We can do it lesser than that. When they proposed 180 days, they didn't calculate technology into that proposal when they did the constitution that time. But this time around, technology don't they involve. It shouldn't take up to 180 days. These things should be wrapped up within a couple of days. The facts are all there. We just need the simple interpretation. Autant, the country, let's move ahead. We are here to stay, period. People are still getting killed in southern Kaduna. They are wiping Christians. And you're telling me, oh, Islamization. Okay. And our Christian leaders, GOs, fathers, all of them, they say they don't sit down. They look. They are all compromised. All of them. Make nobody, no one single person of it talk for the inside newspaper. Because they know they will deal with them. They will impose tax on them. We the people, we've had enough of your nonsense. And you know that we had the chance to give us I'm on the phone, please. Go ahead and eat. We have the you guys had the chance to hand over power. Because they keep telling us at a point in time, we are the leaders of tomorrow. In a Senate climb, people vote them out. They don't fight. It's not a do or die affair. Look at Republicans now. I want Gen Z don't take over now. Republicans. I want Gen Z don't take over. You see, 20, 30, 29, 30 years old Republicans are now taking over power in America. I want only 80, 70, 50, 60. No, Nigeria. Useless people with pot bellies. They are the ones making decisions that will man. Illiterate people. Illiterate. I want Lodo. And you want now you now want to put their Oga Patapata a egg for the top. A egg. And you kure. Ọkàn gbogbo yìí ò ní balẹ̀ lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àìsàn tó ń ṣe yìí yẹn, àìsàn yẹn ló máa parí lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwọn olórí burúkú. I'm not sure who's meant to go next there, Otumba. Abeg, who's meant to go next?
I think we're about to. Let me see. I know this Kevin is Nnamdi gone? I believe.
Can I go?
Well, Kevin, I think you've spoken before. Wait, let's. Is Nnamdi spoken before?
Yes.
Yeah,
Only Theo that has not spoken.
Okay, so let Theo go, then Kevin will let you go, and then we'll round up. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Otumba. Thank you, all of you. I really appreciate this platform. I think I would say that this platform is the most important platform on the Nigerian social media space today. You know, these issues we discuss here are very, very important. They are very germane to the growth and development of Nigeria. And I wish more people, especially our northern brothers, will appreciate, you know, the kind of altruistic agenda we have for our country, Nigeria. And also, I want to point out this fact that Nigeria is so lucky. It's so lucky to have somebody like Mr. Peter Obi, wanting to change the Nigerian fortune at this point in time. There's this book I'm reading now, and I will advise our northern brothers to also read it. It's a very popular book. The name of the book is Why Nations Fell: The Origins of Prosperity and poverty, something like that. So this book, if you read this book, you understand why the North, I'm not insulting them, why the North will remain perpetually poor if they don't change their leadership, if they don't change the orientation of their people. This is a fact. And if you read this book, you will see countries after countries that have had what they call extractive institutions, where few elites, like we have in the North today, try to keep people maybe ignorant, uneducated, and then all they do is get from the society. They will never give to the society. That is what they are doing now in the North. So when they use this Islamization and all these things, what they do, like Mr. Peter Obi constantly said, is they want to continue to subjugate the people. They continue to make them poor while their own children go and get educated abroad. For instance, now when you have a president like our president who is a sadist, he doesn't like anybody progressing. He feels that people like him and other few elites should be the only people who will be able to educate their children in the best schools in the world. When you have a president like that and he has his people, poor, very poor, supporting him, and he ensures that these people don't get education, and at the end of the day, his children get the best education, have the best exposure, and then his son even having a bike that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, you will see that there's a problem. There's a problem. So that's why people like Dr. AI that spoke, I believe he's from the North, you guys have a very big job to do. These people are not going to leave. Like Peter Obi just said, these leaders that you have in the North that have kept the North poor like this, they will not leave. But if we have more number of people like you consistently expose their wickedness and try to educate the ignorant people among the Northerners, especially the poor ones, that is the only way we can help to grow the North. Because we must have an inclusive society where your religion, your status, your parentage will not determine how far you will go in life. And that is the kind of leadership that Mr. Peter Obi want to, the kind of legacy we want to leave in Nigeria. And I'm happy we have some of you who have bought into this. So I think this is something that is very important. And for us to ensure that Nigeria develop uniformly, we must be able to have a situation where we have inclusive society, where nobody is going to be killed because he's a Christian or because he's from a minority. Concerning Mr. Dogwa, I think he's not going to be speaker. I know he's not going to be speaker, so I won't talk much about it. But I also feel that he's supposed to go to jail. He should go to jail. There's no two ways about it. And then for Ekweremadu, I think it's a lesson that other political leaders should also learn, that other countries are not like Nigeria. Why we have countries like the UK and other developed countries doing well is because they have a society where there's rule of law. Irrespective of your status in the society, they have laws. Once you breach those laws, you must go in for it. There's no two ways about it. Irrespective of how much you have. If you read the story, you will see how the elite, the political elite in Nigeria, regards ordinary Nigerians. Mr. Kuremad had no reason to even have any interaction with the boy, the supposed donor, the daughter. They were sending pictures to her to choose who he would like to receive kidney from, it's as if it is just a material that you just go to the market and buy. It doesn't work like that in developed society. But I believe they will learn their lesson. There's something I want to say that may not be popular, concerning this issue. If you see that girl, Sonia, if you see her past pictures, you will see her normal color. But if you look at her later pictures, you will see how she has bleached her skin. Now, there are reviewed scientific papers, I'm not making this up, that have shown that a lot of these lightening creams contain mercury. And this mercury causes what is called proteinuria, which is associated with nephrotic syndrome. So it is likely that that bleaching cream must have contributed to her having nephrotic syndrome. I'm not saying that is what happened, but I'm just trying to educate people. People who use bleaching cream should be very, very, very careful, because that can lead to the situation of Sonia that eventually led to the parents, being sentenced in the UK. But again, it's a lesson for politicians. It's also a lesson for every other person who, might be using skin products that might endanger his or her kidney. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tio. I'm not sure. Otumba, can you still hear me? Chibolale, can you guys hear me? I'm not sure why
Yeah, you're audible. I
Sadam
think
cannot hear
let
me.
Kevin, and then I think Kevin wants to say something. It's Nami, so we can round up. 1
Okay,
minute,
so
please.
Kevin, yeah, Kevin can go now.
All right. Final submission. Yeah, the religious and ethnic fanaticism that is prevalent in the north, that we all when I say hero worship, I mean whenever someone becomes a person of affluence or wealthy in the south here, we tend to worship those people. We tend to put them on the pedestal. We tend to see them as above laws. We tend to see them as place them as gods. So in as much as we are also calling out these things from the other side, we have to also look inwards, because the Yoruba Ronu that took place in that February 25th election, that March 18th election, was as a result of hero worship. Most of these people, they don't benefit nothing. They don't benefit a dime from this character called Tinubu. But just because some people have placed him, because of his affluence, because of how he has been able to make money, they don't care through what means. They don't care how many people had to be put down for him to get up to that level. They see him as someone who is above any, who should be above any scrutiny, or who should be above being scrutinized or being questioned or interviewed. So we also have to learn in the South to call out the bullshit, both from our religious leader, our political leaders, even from our homes, even our parents. We have to also learn how to call them out, how to tell them that, okay, this is not how it should be. This is not how it should be. When you are going wrong, when you see someone going wrong, just like in the obedient movement last year, when our principal was having, when our principal made some kind of things that we did not like, a lot of us had to call him out. If we don't do this, if we don't get to that level where we don't worship, you could imagine a few days ago, was it yesterday, or I think yesterday or day before yesterday, there were people who were standing in for Ekweremadu. Where people were saying, I wish this man this, I wish, a lot of people, even among the obedient movement, we must learn to call people out whenever they err. If we don't do that, then we are just like the people we are also criticizing. If you remove religion, that hero worship, that money, once someone is rich, once someone has money, like someone also posted yesterday or so, that Gospel at Pabio is coming, or is the best, blah, 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 blah. That is absolute bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. We must learn to take people, we must learn to see people who are people of character and integrity as the people we should be aligning with, or people we should try to emulate. Not money, not leaders that have not contributed anything, not leaders that have not shown us the way. So this is just my final submission. I just wanted to add that as much as we want to always criticize other people for religious and ethnic fanaticism, we should also look inwards to ourselves. We worship money too much. We worship money too much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Isn't that my brother? 1 minute. Yeah, thank you so much. Please, in my final submission, I want to say and encourage all of us in the obedient movement. We have done well. And I want to assure us that the future elders of the North will be people like Dr. AI and the Ibrahims and the Damboronus of this world. You know, today is seeming difficult because a few of them are speaking up. But by the special grace of God, as the days come and as the time goes by, we will have a lot of them spring out from the North to address the extremists in their midst at home. So let's be encouraged and not be discouraged. And as for people like Dogua, I want us to understand that the man is struggling so fast. He's working so hard and fast to join the inner caucus of the drug cartel. If you people understand how a cartel works, people of importance in cartel are rated by the number of people you have killed. And that is why men like the president-elect, who massacred people at Lekki Toll Gate, was selected by INEC to lead the country. This is a cartel move. You know, Dogwa immediately keyed into that thing, knowing that for him to be the major stakeholders, for him to be APC government, he needs to upgrade his killing career. That was why he decided to enter into a massacre spree in Kano, all in the bid to win an election. And this message goes to my APC brothers on this space who have not killed anybody. That's your party. It is either you kill or be killed. They will chop you raw one day. So for you to make it in APC and you're a member of APC, you better go and upgrade your killing career. For you to function in that cartel that they are about to form, this government of cartel, this government of drug lord, if you have not killed, that one is your business. Go and upgrade your killing career. Don't come online and be shouting, nya, 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 obedience. Be there and be fooling and be mumuing yourself. Thank you very much, and I yield.
Thank you, my brother. Mr. Jones, 1604. 2 minutes, please. You've been hounding me for Mike. Just 2 minutes. We need to round up. Go ahead.
All right. Emir Saddam and other co-hosts and listeners, I appreciate you guys. Good morning. Our problem is mostly in Nigeria, and we need to deal with it in Nigeria. The corruption we are talking about is centered in Nigeria. A lot of times we talk about the Western countries come and help us. Let me just remind you people, let me give you a good example. Our oil that is being stolen in Nigeria, where is it being refined? We don't have any refineries in Nigeria working. Where is it being refined? Bonny light crude is being refined in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Some criminals are stealing it and bringing it over here to refine. They are exporting our oils with a criminal cartel. Therefore, when we shout out to the Western world to help us, the corrupt folks amongst them just look at us and laugh because we have collaborators in Nigeria helping them. It's like slavery. The white man just did not come into Africa and start catching slaves to bring to Western world where the whole Western world benefited from. They had to get some of our brothers, grandfathers, uncles to do it for them. They went to the hinterland to catch other blacks and sell them for penury to become slaves in the Western world. That is the exact way corruption is going on. The West will not fight corruption for us. We have to take the bull by the horn and fight our corruption. So why are we appealing to the Western world? We are just trying to appeal to some men of goodwill. Just like slavery, what helped to stop slavery? We are trying to appeal to some of them who can look at it and say this is morally wrong. But the main bulk of the work needs to be done in Nigeria. We need to call out our leaders and start hunting them from local government chairmen through state governors to the president. Whoever becomes president, of course, we want people to be, that will make our job a little simpler. But I don't care who becomes president at this point. It's time to start fighting all of them. It's time to start going after the corrupt politicians in Nigeria. You say, oh, they will stop taking money to the Western world. They will take it to the Arab world. They will take it to Caribbean. They have many places to take. There are many people waiting for corrupt money. There are a few corrupt people all over the world waiting for corrupt money. So if you plug it in Britain, it goes to America. If not America, it goes to some other, it goes to Geneva, Switzerland, or it goes to the Arab world, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. How many will you stop? We need to stop it right inside Nigeria. So let us focus on our Nigerian leaders and start pursuing them right inside Nigeria. Start calling them out and checkmating them in Nigeria. I yield the mic.
Thank you, my brother. Over to you, Saddam.
So my boy don't talk.
Yes,
I have to restart my phone because I honestly lost. I think I could not even. It was only Bolanle I could hear. All right, guys, thank you very much. Yeah, I could hear. I was not hearing you all through that. I showed. I sent you a picture, actually.
Yeah, I did. I got it. I got it.
I have to restart my phone for so I can hear everybody. So yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please, I just want to say thank you to everyone that have joined us on this session again today. It's been an amazing session. It's been one that whereby we have the hard talks. You know, this stuff is people don't like saying the truth in this country. When a country whereby the truth is abhorred, we prefer to work or discuss issues that are not that hey no what to be the outcome. No, I think if we want Nigeria to progress, there are some discussions that we must have, and we must have all these discussions all the time, because if you don't feel uncomfortable, if you think Nigeria is comfortable right now, don't worry. Nigeria is so uncomfortable for so many people, and right now that's why we have all these discussions. Some people will understand we are not happy with the status quo. Nigeria has to work for everybody. Everybody. If it will not work, it's gone are those days when it works for a selected few. You know, and if there's anything we can do for ourselves to continue to educate ourselves, continue to talk, speak out across every. I say this all the time. There's no place in Nigeria that is better than that place. We are all suffering. The only difference right now is that are you speaking out? Are you talking about your suffering? Are you covering up for your suffering? Are you covering up for your tormentors? There is no reason why we should be cheering any leader in Nigeria. In fact, you should at least have your white washed and shaking. The only leader that is worth cheering in Nigeria is Peter Obi. There is no any other leader in Nigeria. You must have proven yourself. You must have shown that you have given you money and you did not steal. You must get to that level. You have to get to that level whereby you can, before people can say, let us clap for you and let us cheer you. Every other one of them are thieves. They are all thieves. And they don't deserve to be cheered until they pass through this test and come out unstained. So please, guys, it is important we keep speaking out on issues. Thank you for always coming out on the platform. I think we'll be back hopefully on Tuesday. I pray Tuesday. I have an engagement Tuesday. If I don't come out Tuesday or tomorrow, I go host the space on Tuesday. Well, let me just sit on time now. Because I think I have something on Tuesday, so let me say it on time. If I don't,
you guys should come on Monday now, so that we can be like.
I don't.
They think you come and watch it on Monday.
I don't know when I come on Monday and I say, "Oh, no get work, no get to this. This is bad." Come on Monday. I will sit there. Monday. Monday, I'm very very busy with my stuff here Monday, Tuesday, and this whole parallel facts we are setting up is really time consuming. A whole lot of hard work is being done behind the scenes, so it's something that we have to get right. Thank you to all of you that already following.
Let me even confess. Now, I
sent you something. Check your boss. I sent you something.
I never carry my proposal and I make a reduced balance space to 5 hours, and I never see anything yet. And I go since
no, you know say we don't before. If there are 5 hours where if you day, you go day 5 hours, you leave. That will not be issue. You know, these plenty people. That I think the joy of this whole stuff is people speaking, coming out to speak, and if you restrict that, you get people go to vex, they don't fit talk, you know. And how many people
they will put this in the comment section.
They will say, come here. See that our brother Happiness. You don't accuse me for so many spaces. People will record and say that for me. Saddam, why don't you say that? I say I don't even know the person. I think say when I hear Happiness, I think say na woman. And I say woman, I don't feel woman come up. I don't go bring her up. But they don't go talk say gender. No, I'm a gender neutral person. And so I say there's that. So that's just the whole stuff here, guys. So please, thank you very much, everybody. Please, thank you to all our volunteers. I think I'll eventually say the team is ready. The team is ready. We have an amazing team. But if you want to write, if you still want to write, please reach out to us. If you're a
Yeah,
writer,
we have 20 writers and we need more. We need
we need
way
more
more.
writers. We need more writers because we cannot. And also, please, if you're working in, especially to you, I know many journalists are here with their burner accounts. Please, all of you working in organizations whereby you have breaking news and they don't want you to release those news because your editor has been compromised with corn or something, please reach out to us. We want to be releasing all those news that they don't allow you to release your this thing with non-disclaimer. Nobody will know it came from you. We're going to release it on our platform. Hopefully coming soon when we release, we'll be releasing with so many breaking news that Nigerians have not heard about for a very long period of time. So guys, thank you. Please keep supporting the Parallel Facts. Please follow us across all social media accounts. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Telegram. Please join us on Telegram. We are on YouTube. We are everywhere. We are everywhere. We did everywhere. So please follow us, build the platform, talk to somebody about us. And when we start using the handles, please retweet our news, share our news, like our news, bomb our website, just show all the support you can support. We need every support. Let the work these people are doing behind the scene be let them see value for what they are doing behind the scene, because I'm saying this, the team that is behind, God bless you guys. You guys are amazing, as in the kind of experience we did that team at the FSF. You see people that
Saddam, I beg, sorry to interject. Otumba, I hope say you day house. I'm just seeing the news now about a shooting going on in a shopping
My
mall.
brother, that's in Allen. Oh, that's Allen. That's in Dallas.
We don't near you.
In
Okay,
Dallas.
sorry.
America and guns. Americans and
Republicans.
Sorry.
guns.
Guns. Ever since
So,
Greg Abbott, we are suffering Greg Abbott's legislation on guns. We are dealing with it now. Everybody can walk up and buy a gun without having a
but
background check
but
or
I
so.
wish everybody could also come and buy a gun in Nigeria. So many things
Oh please, man,
so many.
that country will have blown up, man. It will have
That is it.
blown, it will have
No, no,
blown
no,
up
no, no.
everybody.
If everybody had a gun in
Bro,
Nigeria, so many nonsense. You think all these our brothers dying
bro,
in the middle belt to be dying like that?
yeah.
true.
You know the problem, man.
All these people, I
Half
beg, bro,
of the
nothing, no problem there, I beg. I don't want to hear that
let
thing,
me
I
tell you
beg.
the
We
problem.
have more guns
Saddam,
in Nigeria,
Saddam,
Let me
illegal
tell
guns.
Saddam, check
you.
what I sent you. Saddam, check what
See,
I sent you.
What
Otumba,
did you send me now? What did you
that
send
one,
me?
Let me tell you the
that one,
problem. Half
another
of your
topic
Christian, half of the
entirely.
country won't buy it because they'll be Christians, and the pastor will tell them not to buy guns. So that's where
No,
everything
Boss,
is.
tell
Only 1%
who?
of people will have guns.
Tell who
Otumba,
not to buy gun.
Otumba, that
People
one,
they die
another
for not.
topic,
Where they die for
another
the person. Say tell them to
topic
buy gun. Pastor, they
entirely.
say pastor say
Saddam,
they
I
carry
beg,
gun
carry
go
on with
church.
your.
Let me pastor where they carry gun go church. This is a pastor will tell you church member back up. Pastor tell you they pray for protection. Don't be pray they go pray for protection every day. Don't
Who
be pray.
they when they
Don't be the same pastor we go tell the thing where they suffer from
I
high
beg
blood pressure that
I
you
beg, make we
I
leave this
Yeah,
topic.
beg.
but
Make
the
You know
we
the
leave
same
same
this.
person
people that were praying for protection that
pray
were
for
killed,
telling I brought this.
they have
There's
to
a
have
pastor.
self-defense now.
I have a
Uh,
case. A pastor told someone to stop taking his blood pressure medication. Is this a pastor that tells he's gonna buy a gun? That is
That
did
one,
he
using
that one,
die?
I
Did
brainwash
he
now.
die? Did he
Any
die?
person the
Saddam,
person that they
Saddam,
carry
I beg,
Because
carry on
if
with
you
your submission.
foolishly
This
follow
God matter with
pastor,
Otumba no go end. This God matter no go end. I mean interject. I beg, carry on with your submission. I beg. Before.
Oh yeah, well, guys, so thank you
No.
very much. So please, if you're a
I wish I
writer,
had amendment rights. Don't believe me, but I just know Nigerian pastors will tell their church members to pray for protection. So
that one no be lie. That one no be lie. Nigerian person and I do. That's what they do. Oh yeah, oh. Thank you guys. Thank you for sticking with us on the platform. Thank you. I just want to say one more time, thank you to all of you. Happy birthday to Well-Meaning Nigeria. Today is your birthday, and happy birthday, belated birthday to our sister Nello and David Hunde one more time. With my brother Imperfect. Imperfect today, yesterday was also your birthday. Happy birthday in Arias. Guys, please keep speaking out. If there's anything we have now, is our voice. Please, your eyes on the judiciary this week. And I don't even. Please, for our people in Abuja, please, our brother will be coming over there, and really love us to come to Abuja. So please, you guys can also, please, if you see really love us Abuja, show him some love, show him some support. All the River fans, all his fans, people should reach out to him and show him love as he's going to Abuja, because me as I realize I don't get money to even give myself.
that love is showing money. You send him money.
I don't get money to give him because money they put money for that things. I don't have money. I don't have
We
shit to
need
give him.
money, oh please.
Yeah, he needs money, please. You can show him love. And me, I don't have 1 naira to give him as stuff like this. So if you if you enjoyed what he did during the campaign, please support him. He wants to go to the give us live coverage of the hearing, hopefully, when it starts on Monday. So please show him some love, support him. whatever it is, Sweet Angel, Sweet Angel, where's Sweet Angel here? Sweet Angel, real meaning Nigerian girlfriend. Sweet Angel and Anka did there. I know you people, his people, all his fans, please reach out to him. For me, I beg. Violence space. We are unfortunately we are cash strapped. We are cash strapped right now. But thank you guys for always sticking up with us. Thank you for supporting us on the platform. Thank you, Mommy Bolanle. Thank you all our female hosts. You see us female hosts today. You see. And I know thank you. We'll be doing this once in a blue
Sadam,
moon.
I told you, this is the solution to our long spaces. The first half, male. Second half, Mami Bolale and Nella and Co come and run it.
Mommy Bolanle, are you okay with that?
I'm fine.
Okay, no, Alan. I think that is justice for our ladies. Before they say violence space, only man. No, we love our women. So we'll be doing that going forward. When our men are tired, second half, bringing, you see, some people now say, why is not women that start? You know, say, Wahala did this country. Some people now say, why can't the women start? Why can't the women host? What a woman can do, what a man can do, so thank you very much, guys, for always coming out. Thank you, Otumba. N6 won his basket. N6 won his match today, so please show him some love wherever you see him. Tell him congratulations. He won the trophy today. Send it to me. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, my brother Jimmy. Thank you, Real Level Best. Please, guys, don't forget to reach out to Real Level Best as he goes out. And if you're Abuja, reach out to him. He has some flyers, he has some posters, he has some stickers for you from the Parallel Facts Media House. Real Level Best will be blessing you guys. Thank you to all of you. Please, and please, especially to our northern brothers, please help us speak out, because it is better. We cannot cry more than the bereaved. But the way Nigeria is going right now, if you're not speaking out, we will have to speak out, because what's happening in the north affecting everybody in Nigeria. Same as what's happening in the south affecting everybody in Nigeria. And if we were not speaking out, it is very, 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 very bad for us. Our generation needs to do better. We shouldn't inherit the tribalism and bigotry of our parents. We should be able to look inwards and see that Nigeria is not working for anybody, and we can fix it ourselves. So thank you very much, all of you. Thank you to people that could not speak. No vex. It's not intentional. It's just because we have closed the space for today. Thank you, Anka Dede, Sweet Angel, really have our best, Sweet Angel. Thank you very much.
Saddam, what?
Shut up. What was your business? If I talk, see, remember, if I do my finance, I go begin block you. Thank you, my big bro, Captain J, Captain Jamil. Thank you very much. Thank you, Olawaski. Thank you, Spotlight. Please, all our big handles be tweeting for us. Parallel Facts, please. And thank you, Madonna. Thank you, Joe Obedient. Please, guys, reach out to Wembley Nigeria. Wembley Nigeria say his birthday gift is for all of us to use this DP. Please use that Dear Judiciary DP, that green DP. Please, guys, use it across your WhatsApp, your social medias. Please use it and let us get this stuff going. Thank you, Joel the Obedient. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Mama Wakiri. Thank you, Kevin the Satirist, Liberty. Thank you, Nina, Gladys, Ezenamdi, my brother. Thank you, Oluwa. My bro, so thank you, Ibe Amoda, Mr. Valeri. Thank you, Sheila. Rookie Landry, thank you, Pinky, Mary White, thank you, Bankole Hesley, Ikenna Favor, thank you very much.
I don't know. See, there's one issue that I wanted to just ask. I wanted to just announce. I don't know. There's this. Someone is always using a CUDA, always asking for money with this same one particular CUDA bank account, and the person has asked me for with multiple accounts. I don't know if the person doesn't understand, or I don't know what's going on. But please, if someone has been asking you for money with different accounts with one particular CUDA bank account, please enter my DM. I want to make sure it's not someone is not scamming or doing something, because it's just this. I will send you a screenshot.
Is it the same person or different people? I don't understand.
Okay. One profile hits me up, ask for stuff with one particular account. I sent it. Another one after the blue hit me up today, but I understand the account. Say, but I was, and I went to look at the history. I was like, wait a minute, no be say.
And the same person now. So why you going to say? Why you wondering? It's the same person. I don't see.
You
don't see client now. You're a client. You're a client. So pay him, please. Send the money and send the person money.
No, I'm not saying if anybody has to stop anybody with that, I want to confirm something. I don't want to. I want to confirm something first.
My brother, pay. I beg, pay. Just pay.
See, like you know they go now.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Bankole. Thank you, Tachi. Thank you, Ike
You want
Buya.
to talk?
Thank you, guys. All of you, please, if you know your name, no vex, and just ask my screen.
Jimmy, wait till you
Uh,
want to talk.
thank you very much. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Someone else say something?
Jimmy was waving his hand to say something. Jimmy. Oh yeah, sorry, we muted him. Sorry.
Oh,
Jimmy,
oh,
sorry.
sorry. If I say don't the same account, don't guide Jimmy.
No, account don't send me message. The account don't send me message. I just the
Start with the ARB. Start with the ARB.
I want to come and J.
Ah, Jesus. Okay. Please, another person that enter my
What's
DM.
in Larry
Oh, yeah.
Make una pay, abeg. Make una pay. Na client. All right, guys. Thank you. See you guys. Hopefully, Vinoski, my big bro. Thank you very much. Thank you. We use Maxwell. Thank you, Nina. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. See you guys. Hopefully, I'm not starting on Tuesday, but if Tuesday is gonna hold, it should be held by Otumba, N6, and Jimmy. I'm not certain I'll be here on Tuesday because I have serious engagements behind the scene. If not, but I must be here on Thursday by the grace of God. God giving us life. If not, I want to stay from the economy side on Tuesday and listen to what's happening. Otumba, so please take that up. Please either use your handle or use the our official handle, and we'll do the hosting on Tuesday. So thank you guys. God bless you guys. Please keep your eyes on the judiciary. Join us in our prayer space tomorrow for now. We believe in prayers. Please come and join us in prayers space tomorrow. Also, I heard a friend of mine said by 8 p.m. tomorrow they'll be hosting GRV. Hopefully, please, if you see that space, I'm going to post a space if it comes up tomorrow. So let's go and show Jarvis some love tomorrow also. So thank you guys. God bless you all. See you guys, same station, same venue.